On Sam Darnold. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Vikings and the Falcons, and it comes your way next.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. Oh, no. Today, before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like we talked about.
Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they'll have a veteran leading them out. It's their 9th-year quarterback.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. Well, partner, it has been a rough season for these guys, to put it mildly. And we know they're not going to make excuses, so I'll bring this up for them. Injuries have not helped their cause.
No, they have not. But I do think back to Tony Dungy's locker room. And on the walls, it was no excuses, no explanations, execution, expectations. This league doesn't care. This league doesn't want excuses. This league doesn't want explanations. This league wants wins.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Into the hands of Pitts. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 4. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Pitts brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And they send a man in motion. Play action. Here's Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
All right, here we go. Second down. Penix working from the gun. To the right side and reeled in by London. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They've come out swinging to begin this contest as they've got it down to the 31. They'll run here on first down. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will get them on the board.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Vikings.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Play made there by Clark Phillips. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Here's Darnold to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And it's 3rd down now. To throw, here's Darnold. That's caught for the first. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. All set up now for 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, up the middle, it'll be pretty tough for this safety to make a play through all the traffic. If you want to range outside, you want to get into his domain, you better be careful because this strong safety will put you on your back.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10. They're going play action. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Darnold now to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Javon Baker with the touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead.
Falcons 3.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the 2nd time. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Penix on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
Intended for Kyle Pitts. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
So as they face 4th down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Hand off to the back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He lets a heater go deep, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They send the tight end in motion left. From the shotgun, Penix escapes out to the left. He's running with it. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
On first down, here's Penix. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the 23-yard line.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
4th down, here's Penix. They connect for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Penix here from the gun. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Drake London with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Here's a return from the 7. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a give up the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another carry for him. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And that losing streak beginning to approach the unfortunate milestone of double digits. They came in having lost 8 in a row, but thankfully lead now. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
And they make this stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. To the air with Penix. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Running left is Robinson. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Here we go, 2nd and very long. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down. And again, it's Penix. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And they are unable to double their lead.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Now Darnold. Hauled in left side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Vikings driving. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Darnold. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
So the penalty takes some of that distance away. Things tightening up here for 2nd and goal. Darnold. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And he gets in, touchdown. The Vikings get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Moore with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. Complete out to the right side. And this one does not go far. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing Penix. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. Penix now on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. Trying again, following the sack. Able to hit Robinson, complete.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. His first punt went 50. This is away and looks even better. Fields this at the 19. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be Vikings football. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing here, Darnold. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Darnold looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now the Vikings use their third and final timeout. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw, here's Darnold. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
No return on that punt. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. All right, no more excitement here in this first half. He kneels this one down. Both teams head to the locker room. So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing Road Warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. The Buccaneers are going to need to put together one heck of a run in the second half, but the win does move them to 3-6 on the year. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Bo Nix, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Bryce Young leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Moore with a return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They've got 1st down from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Got a man. It's London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 43, Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Falcons will have a 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. Penix on 1st down. That one's complete to London. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
The 29-yard line.
From the 29. It's into the hands of Mooney. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
On first down, here's Penix. He's got it at the 6. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Hill now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings taking the field on offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Back-to-back carries here. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. So now here's 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing from the gun. Hockenson reels that out of bounds after a short gain. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Darnold. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. Touchdown, Minnesota. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
yeah,
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Reichard on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead.
21, Falcons 17.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lead up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Penix working from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. That's brought in by Mooney. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's good for a Falcons. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Man in motion, out of the slot. They'll run now on 2nd down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Play action on 1st down. He put everything he had into this one. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And it sets up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They go play action on 1st. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Takes the handoff, now to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that. A guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. Has it at the 7. And he'll move the chains on that play. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Vikings ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. Now after the incomplete pass, we've got someone shaken up and in need of some medical attention. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings now lead by 10. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11.
Falcons 17.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, Penix. Throw reeled in by London. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing, Penix. Got a man, it's London. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Penix now to throw. That's more on the quick slant. And he's going to get stopped for right around the 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10.
That's good for a Falcons 1st down.
And again, it's Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings 40-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Penix looking to pass. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Put the body on the line for his team. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing it again here. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons now within 1 score in the 4th. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Hill now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action here. He's going deep. They did it. He made the interception. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. On 1st down, here's Penix. Escapes the pocket. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 36-yard line.
Plowing up the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 38-yard line.
Penix working from the gun. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Penix. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. But so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10 now from the 30. Penix here from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think everybody on the offense was already thinking about the next play to run as they watch that short little throw to the tight end. You really don't expect to see many of those gimmies dropped.
Flush down now to his left. He tucks it and takes off. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Penix. Getting out to his left. He's running for it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
To the air with Penix. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 4th quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
They want to run it across, and he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. It puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, it's certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Hill now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds the in route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw it. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a 1st down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Setting up to pass. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Dumped off. Oh, he lost the football. And the Falcons scoop it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. And after losing a hold of that one, he's still shaken up on the play. So we'll see team personnel out there to tend to it. Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Throwing now. This one's taken in by Hill. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Whether they meant to go to him or is an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a first down. That look, well, this crew defensively was prepared for it and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
It's pushing right, and it's going to miss the mark just on the wrong side of that upright. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Kate, I think in their heart of hearts, they knew what they were getting from that distance. That's no gimme at all, not even for the most talented kickers in the league. They just couldn't get him a better look, and that's how possibly their last chance goes.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Another carry for him. Has a lane inside the 35. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Falcons nearing a victory as he drops to a knee. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. They kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.